Let's launch King's Quest 6. See how loud this is. Alright, let's see how weird this is. I am not gonna be on a screen that small. Are you freaking crazy? um, that is the proper game. I need this to be bigger because I can't see shit. No worries. Ooh, hold on. This game is losing its shit. I'm gonna try restarting it again. I'm going to attempt this. I'm going to do the window with the hotkey. And we're going to try this again. Maybe. I know the sound's coming through, but the game doesn't want to catch. That's what we get for trying a game that has what you call it? I'm doing a game that's on DOSBox, so that's gonna be a fun one to figure out. Did I do 0? Is it X maybe? Bruh. I'm not playing a game that small. Alright. Gonna be a second, y'all. Technical difficulties and all that jazz. That is audio properties. Settings, output. Hotkeys. Make sure I'm pressing the wrong key or the right key. Z. Okay. Z is the one that I'm supposed to be using. So let's try this again. Good Lord. Nothing is working right this second. I do not want that. There we go. So capture foreground. Come on, you can do it. Do not make me change my stream because you do not want to work. Oh, mine as well. My only my only thing right now is just trying to get it to pick up on OBS. It does not seem to want to. Game capture. Should be this one. Hello. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit and I'm going to do the opening. See if we can get it to go. You know what, my dumbass, I just thought of something that it could be because it's nope, it's in the right spot. Sierra Launcher, which should be this one. Let's try this. Let's just press play. Aww. Alright, I'm gonna press play and see if I can get it to. Excuse? So it does not want to do that. Okay. I'm gonna get this to work. Come on, game. You can do it. Because that's the stream. Okay, I am going to make this work. I'm going to try this. Hey, hey. Hey now. Okay, okay. I think we might have a thing here, y'all. Is there a way that I can move chat? Alright, y'all. Haha. Ha. I have succeeded. I have succeeded. Yes. So I'm gonna restart it one more time so I can have it in a larger screen. Because right now I can't see shit. I just can't tab out, which makes me sad. Alright, come on. Show up on OBS, and I will be extremely happy. I'm gonna have to play this on the tiny screen, aren't I? Ah. Yeah, I'm just going to play it on the tiny screen. You know what? If I have to play it on the tiny screen, then fine. Bruh. Okay, now it's really doing some weird shit. Okay. Sorry it's taking a second, y'all. It's deciding to, really not want to behave. Which is really weird because I usually do not have this much of an issue with, uh, I shouldn't have this much of an issue with, like, DOSBox and stuff. Alright, if I have to do this on small screen, I will. And we're just gonna deal with it. Nope, I don't want the launcher. I want... Bro, come on, DOSBox. Alright, I'm just gonna play it on small screen. We're gonna get to the game. Everything's fantastic. Alright, guys. Oh, I wish I could show you how small this screen was. It's kind of crazy. All right, will you let me do the opening? Let's do it, guys.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like
Thanks for the
she's just
redeems.
vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Man, these old sounds.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here.
Right?
Cosima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
He looks so shocked.
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, If you really go,
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
I almost guarantee Twitch is gonna get so mad at this. Gonna get a thing saying we gotta mute your stuff. Oh well.
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
Man, it's been forever since I've heard this music in its full. Dun dun dun! And that is the beginning. Alright, hopefully this works and I don't have to do this again. Make DOSBox go full screen. Thank you. I am
Alexander
doing
awakens to
spectacular.
find
Golden,
himself
how you
on
doing?
an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then, he does remember. the shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea.
Oh, can we not see
That
my
was the
guns
last he'd
anymore?
seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore. But of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry.
Hopefully they made their way safely back to Daventry. Like we're gonna get there all the way. Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. But hopefully you are doing well as well, Golden. No, interesting thing about that dude who is the Ooh, replica pops. Those are always great. But the guy who's the voice for the narrator for this evidently is also Udina.
Alexander
Mass
picks
Effect.
up his royal insignia ring from the beach. Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand. There's nothing of interest in that part of the box.
Bruh.
There's nothing of... Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
I'd like the box.
The sand is warm to the touch.
Alright, I gotta remember all the different parts of this game. It has been a minute. Jeez, almost 30 minutes just to get this going. What the hell? We did it. Yay!
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
It won't do any...
Excuse me, guardsmen, guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
I really must see the princess. Could I speak with someone in charge?
Who are you that I should bother Captain Saladin, huh?
My name is Alexander. I am a prince of Daventry and a friend of the princess.
A prince, is it? I see. Yeah, and I am lord of this dusty path. Step aside. You'll not be getting into this castle without some proof of your claims.
Well, I hope you're ready to eat your words, Mr. Lord of this dusty path.
Alexander decides to try his royal insignia ring on the guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible proof of his identity that he can think of.
Perhaps this ring will convince you of my identity. It is the royal insignia ring of Daventry.
Ha! I'm sure. Just let me take a look at that ring.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Highness. It's just that princes are so uncommon in these parts. Let me get Captain Saladin.
How about that dusty path there, sir?
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wizir Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please, follow me. Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Let's
Well,
get laid.
I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
You have had your hearing with Wizir Alhazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Well, that went about as bad as can be expected. I need... Alright. Let's go start doing some exploring. I'm gonna see if I can speed him up a little bit. Let's save. Baker Stream. Because you should always have it. Let's go in here.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." Only one book remains on the table. It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book. Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
A collection of children's books fill those shelves. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him. Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil. Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Beesh.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why Good Princesses Like Bad Wizards. Alexander is not interested in those self-help books. Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
I do appreciate this game does all the talking for me.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant. Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the
Lazy
Sacred
comes in
Mountain,
here, fists
the
up,
Isle
you know,
of the
ready to
Beast,
throw some
and the
fisticuffs.
Isle
Hey.
of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for
How you
certain?
doing, Lazy?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Doing all right.
Those first 3
I'm a bit
islands you
tired,
mentioned,
but I'm doing pretty
how might
good.
I learn more about them?
Work is finally
Ideally,
looking
a
up,
young
getting
man
better,
seeking
so,
such
hey,
knowledge would
can't complain
travel to
much.
their shores and learn about them firsthand.
How
Meeting
be
the
you,
leaders of
Lazy?
each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel
Political
for
unrest.
years.
I know a
Perhaps
thing or
the
two about that
ferryman
right
can tell you
now.
more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Circuit classes. Nice.
The old man, like most peddlers, is not interested in Alexander.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Positive dude.
A large round pot is one of the pottery pieces on display outside the shops. Alexander examines the large pot. It's currently empty, but a few scraps in the bottom indicate that it is used as a dump site on occasion.
Good day.
Alexander takes a mint.
Yeah, mint.
The pawn shop owner doesn't look like a man to be tussled with. The curiosities business is just dangerous enough to require one to develop one's boxing skills.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
Alright, time for the fun.
A strange-looking winged device occupies one corner of the room. It is frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing. Perhaps he thinks it was once used in a local sporting event, in which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or two in the process. Alexander shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. For example, a hull hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats. Cat cookie mix. Play tricks on your friends, the box says. A golden bridle finder for finding those nearly invisible golden bridles. Self-adhesive emeralds, what you use when you don't have honey. Tongue climbing gear, tested on over 100 whale tongues. A uvula tickler, guaranteed to make large mammals sneeze. A cheese hook for retrieving cheese out of small holes. A shovel that's guaranteed not to break for over 100 grave diggings. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl who's a bridge repair kit for when you've crossed a bridge one too many times. Stair traction pads. Stop slipping off those narrow staircases. A hull hole. The back wall of the shop holds various bottles and potions. For example, a bottle labeled Owl Courage Potion for spineless owls. A bottle of Gnome Begone. Miniature carpet cleaner for those castles in a bottle. Bird's nest soup mix, treasure not included. Garlic, especially grown for vampire resilience. Magic mirror glass cleaner for when your future looks fuzzy. Shark repellent. A small box of enchanted sorcerer's flea and tick collars. A bottle of Gnome Begone.
All of this stuff is stuff that would help in a previous King's Quest game.
A tall skeleton lends an air of mystery to the shop. A worn leather wineskin is suspended from the ceiling. A horn, probably used for drink or powder, hangs from the ceiling. The man of steel wields a long iron pike. A small red drum beats no more on the shelves of the pawn shop. The pawn shop is a dimly lit place. A few well-aged barrels probably hold assorted smaller goods and perishables. The land of the Green Isles must have at least one inhabitant with interest in the mystical, for a crystal ball has been traded in along with the more common household goods. A lady's hand mirror has been separated from its original trousseau, and now gathers dust on the pawn shop shelves. The pawn shop is a dimly lit. Several half-burnt wax candles have been placed among the other pawn shop items. They probably light the shop at night. A helmet, probably belonging to the headless armor also in the shop, has found its way to a separate part of the counter. The pawn shop is a dimly... Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
I'm interested in that painter's brush on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or two. They are handy items nonetheless.
Lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Bitch.
Yes, stepmother.
Let's go.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
No trust.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island. Come on.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks. A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the dock.
What are you waiting? Come join me if you're brave enough.
Nah.
Come join me if you're brave enough.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you want?
Alexander promises himself that he will...
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing.
'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cosima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cosima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cosima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
Hey, Brazen.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot.
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
For you, sandwiches would probably be
I
better.
see you have a rabbit's foot.
Or no, chicken tenders.
Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you. Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh,
Taking a bit of a
not
break.
at all.
Sounds
It breaks the
good,
boredom,
Fudge.
if you know what I mean.
Lots of stuff in the shop. Protein.
Good day.
Oh, close to figure out what we can get in tax off. Fair. Gotcha.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Hopefully
Why,
that is
as a
ongoing.
matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling.
But it's definitely been a
It is
toasty
said
one.
that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
First, let's do this.
I have this copper coin. Will it serve in exchange for the map?
An interesting enough piece, but it is not nearly valuable enough to trade for this map.
Oh, thanks,
In fact, I would say it is about the worth of our own copper. The only items in the store that I could let go for the price of a single copper are the 4 simple items I normally display on the front counter.
Well, if I can't have the map, then I suppose one of the counter items will do.
As you wish.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter near the map to make his selection.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
Let's listen to this true to life sounding nightingale, y'all.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and listens to its sweet, sunny
Do
tune.
it. Swiss rolls are delicious. That sounds even more tinny than what I remember. Alright, let's do it.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold.
Democracy.
There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Whoop, democracy.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Oh no, well, get the drunk.
I followed
Genie
Prince
Wallen
Alexander
abs.
as you
Since he's
wished
able to hear me
from the
other
pawn shop owner. He just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, master. Now, what is this about a magic map? With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Most likely. Alright, let's go and continue the crazy. Aw, thanks for the sub, Fetch. Alright, okay, he's off doing his thing. Cool. Ooh?
A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard. A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard.
Oh. Seems brazen got a surprise. Aww. You can't see my little icons. Oh, well. I will have to move that next time I play. No. Alright, magic map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. A large island named the Isle of the Sacred Mountain dominates the north of the land of the Green Isles. According to the magic map, the Isle of Wonder is a comma-shaped island poised in the sea to the west. There's a small island labeled Isle of the Beast on the east side of Alexander's map. The Isle of the Crown lies at the south of the map.
Oh, let's go to the Isle of Wonder first.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Isle of Wonder sounds like a wonderful idea. I'm going to do a save.
Why aren't you asleep?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
What's wrong with your mouth?
No offense,
Yes, but it hurts too much to talk.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great!
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 and an eighth bottles of wild beast lard, yields a gilded minnow of precise measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 and 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so.
Alexander sees nothing of interest on that part of the oyster.
Damn it.
Indicate a
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
There we go.
Hey! You fixed my mouth! It feels great!
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Okay, I want that, but I think I have to wait for it to come closer to shore. Still a bit far. I think it has to get to like right here before I can safely get it. Because otherwise, I die. There we go.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
I think there's actually one more thing I need before I can do this.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment he can smell nothing else. Alexander takes the feather.
Cool.
Alexander pulls out
I
his
think I have enough
magic
to
map.
get past the dwarfs, but let's see.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Just in case, I'm going to save it again. Yep, exactly. Save.
Alexander hears someone coming.
No! I don't have everything. Luckily, I can get the fuck out of here.
5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If mad it be, then mad it
I already
dies.
clicked the button. As I was clicking, I remembered a thing.
Old Tom Troll, smell your smell.
Alexander sees no use for that item there. Alexander
Open the map and get the fuck out.
Alexander feels a strange...
I forgot to check one thing. Hey, burb. There we go.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
I should probably also get the thing so I remember to get the book.
Hello. I will be right up.
Shallow. Oh, I can't talk to him yet. Because I don't have my ring.
How much for that?
It is a fine. I never found the spells all that useful myself. I tell you.
I get a rare book in exchange for that book. Now, let's go back. Now I should have everything. Because I almost didn't have the invisible ink, which I need for the dude with the eyes.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
All right. Let's try this again.
Alexander hears.
I get it. Right, smell first.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Trow I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more. Listen, hark you, Groganor, do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
You are Nightingale.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
That's the loudest wind-up. That is the most tinny-sounding nightingale.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me. Taste, Grump, that we might
You
know
would think.
whether friend or whether foe.
Can we get the mint?
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet. Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
I got scared. I was like, where the fuck is it?
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
Last one.
Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Most aggressive little stance that dude has. He's about to go start doing some fighting. Hey, Learvik, how you doing?
Alexander did it. He's fooled the guards.
Yeah, fool the guards. Haha. I can save that now.
A large tree stretches knotted limbs out over the swamp. Part of the tree's trunk is shaped like the face of a dog.
Hanging
Why, it
in
must
there
be a
how it
dogwood
do.
tree.
It do pretty darn good.
The fallen log has a
Playing
good-sized
some
knot or bump.
retro stuff.
A mushy swamp lies just off the path. It doesn't look like very good A stick is stuck in the middle of the swamp. Milkweed thrives near the mucky swamp. Small bottles filled with milk grow on it like fruit. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Cool.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Meh.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Can't get any of the other cool stuff yet.
Those snapdragons don't like Alexander getting so close.
Checkmate! Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land. That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
Here they come.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Damn.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
I find it funny. They come across over here and they have this argument, and you're like, okay.
Alexander sees nothing of interest. Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Go do one more thing. I played Monkey Island. I did not play Discworld. I absolutely adore Monkey Island.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Let's go here.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Let us go ahead and do this.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable.
There we go. Look, I dropped like 3 fish puns on Walls because he was playing a fishing game. Because I had to.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh, it did. It very much did. And it was great. So, sorry it took a while to get it going, but now we know how the game gets started next time. I'm gonna keep this one a short stream for today. I will probably be back tomorrow evening, after a dentist appointment. But let's go find a lovely person to raid. You know what? Talking about puns, let's go say hi to Wasp. Because we gotta go do some Wasp puns. I said to raid to Wasp. There we go. Alright, everyone. I will see y'all later. Go enjoy dropping. Think of your most punny pun that has ever punned and drop a good pun on the Wasp. And I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.